Addressing health burden affecting families across every single constituency we represent. The latest data from Global Cancer Observatory data shows Uganda records nearly 30,000 new cases, cancer cases, and over 18,000 deaths annually. While global standards require one radiotherapy machine per 1 million people, our nation of nearly 50 million citizens currently relies on just 3 operational machines. This is a public health crisis that demands immediate parliamentary leadership, and we're here to offer that. This morning, during an activation exercise hosted by our Department of Communication and Public Affairs, Parliament fulfills its commitment by depositing 3 billion shillings towards the Rotary Cancer Treatment Center at St. Francis Hospital in Zambia. This brings Parliament's total cumulative institutional support since 2012 to date to 10.2 billion shillings. That's from you members and from this Parliament. This Sunday, 30th of August 2026, the country will rally at Kololo ceremonial grounds and in 62 towns nationwide and across our foreign missions under the theme, Gwanga Muje, Nation Arise. I urge all members to lead from the front. Pick your kits. I have personally secured 300 kits for my constituency. I don't know how many have picked so far, how many members have picked for their constituencies and for themselves. I call upon every MP to pick up a running kit at Parliament today for yourselves and your local teams, and make sure you participate. Please ensure that you lead your voters this Sunday. You don't need to be in Kampala. Like I will lead my voters from wherever I will be, since I am the chief runner. Let us run for those fighting, for those who have survived, and in memory of those who have lost. I will adjust the order paper to provide for the laying of papers and the motion of adoption of the report of the Committee on Physical Infrastructure. You will recall, honorable members, that we had concluded debate on this report pending processing of the recommendations and adoption of the report, which we agreed to do today, Thursday, 27 August 2026. I thank you. Reaction? Yes, Honorable Otin. Afande Otin.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Yesterday, as part of the Committee of Health, we visited Uganda Cancer Institute, which is the Center of Excellence for treating cancer in Uganda, but in East Africa also. Your communication highlights the fact that there is increase in the number of cases of cancer. But from our interaction yesterday, I picked one critical point, the point of early detection, the point of creating awareness about cancer, and a point of prevention. Uganda Cancer Institute has only one cancer screening van. This van moves throughout the country. The information that we picked yesterday shows that this van was even a donation to the country, not purchased by GOU money. The team from Cancer Institute indicated that they have budgeted for 4 consecutive years for them to buy more cancer screening vans, but money has not been availed. It's my plea in response to your communication that this House makes it a priority that in the coming budget, money is provided for purchase of the screening van, which is a mobile clinic, where people cannot come to Cancer Institute for screening. This van can go to the community and help in early detection and awareness. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Muzale. I don't know whom you could zala.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the issues about health. And we continue losing our people in our respective areas. Right Honourable Speaker, in the last year, we were promised that we shall be receiving ambulances per constituency. Up to today, some of us have not yet received our ambulances in our respective constituencies. Right Honourable Speaker, people are dying. Those who are sick of cancer, those who are sick of HIV and many other diseases. Right Honourable Speaker, since the Minister is here, because most of us MPs were under pressure to buy ambulances for our constituencies, which is not right. The Minister is here. Let him come and tell us where are the ambulances. I thank you, Chair.
That's a quick one. Minister of Health, not long ago you were like Honorable Muzale.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues. Yes, it is true that our plan as a sector, as government, is to decentralize ambulances to the constituency level. And Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, in 2024, we were able to distribute ambulances to some constituencies. And the plan was that every financial year, Parliament would appropriate money to buy ambulances. However, you remember that stalled in financial year 2024-2025. We had put it in the budget, I think 27 billion shillings to buy ambulances. And that's when there was 750 billion shillings that was disappropriated by this very august House. So we missed that opportunity. However, not all hope is lost. In the last financial year, Parliament appropriated 20 billion shillings to buy ambulances, and we're going to buy 52 ambulances. 2 of them are Type C ambulances, and 50 are Type B ambulances. And of course, this will also be in line with one of our requirements for AFCON. So I just want to reassure our colleagues that it is work in progress. And Right Honourable Speaker, should I also continue on the issue of cancer?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm sorry, I was trying to inform you that he was once a backbencher like us, seeking for clarification, and his acceptance is welcome. Mr. Speaker, sir, having got this good minister, the issue of ambulances for constituencies should be a done deal by now. Because the other side which he got is using it to make people survive. Then what is happening to us who never got? I would pray, Mr. Speaker, through my clarification, Honourable Minister, just assure this House that you are going to give those who never got. Because it must be fair play for all constituencies. That's the clarification I'm seeking. Otherwise, thank you for taking my clarification, unlike some of yours who don't allow them.
Minister, you conclude on that and also say something about what Honourable Tim indicated. And I want to thank the committee, Health. I saw them on television. They were there. I hope you were aware.
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker. I was also on UBC TV from 10 p.m. to midnight on television.
You wait for old people like us to sleep and then you appear. Oh.
Yes, but Right Honourable Speaker, just to reassure the Honourable Sewungu that the 52 ambulances that we are buying are going to constituencies. And it is the same Parliament, the 11th Parliament, that appropriated that money. So it is work in progress. I would like to assure you that, and in the near future, Right Honourable, I'm happy to bring a statement on the status of ambulances, including the bought ambulances, the 14 that we bought for island districts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right Honorable,
Let's direct ourselves to cancer.
on the
Cancer
issue
run.
of
The ambulance will come. I want to guide that the issues of ambulances, we shall have a day. We have 30th of August to do the cancer run. I've given you statistics that about 18,000 people die, your relative and my relative die. This parliament can do something. The health ministry needs support from us. But what we are talking about here is that we need to participate on 30th of this month to create awareness for people to avoid alcohol, misuse of tobacco, not avoiding alcohol, misuse of alcohol. I see a certain member who's looking at me with the twisted eyes. Yeah, but not to misuse. So I wanted you to say something about that. Then Wakiso, yeah, and you look like a Rotarian, are you?
I'm on the way, Right Honorable Speaker.
Oh, okay.
Right Honorable Speaker, I associate myself with your submission on the status of cancer in the country, and yes, it is true that it is a high burden to the sector, to the country. The economic costs speak for themselves, but also the morbidity and the mortality. Right Honorable Speaker, the investments that we are sinking in for cancer over the last 10 years compared to 20 years ago, where the budget for cancer was a paltry 300 million shillings, I think we need to applaud government for the steps, because it is it's a highly intense sector in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the machines, in terms of training of the super specialists. We are not yet there, but I would like to reassure this August House that we have started decentralizing cancer services, so that instead of everybody coming from Kisoro, Koboko, Kanungu to Kampala to seek cancer services, we have now started decentralizing it to regional level. And our first oncology center was in Gulu. That is complete. The 11th Parliament passed a loan request to build one in West Nile and one in Bale. And just this last Monday in Cabinet, we were presented with another loan request from the French government for a regional oncology center in Mbarara. Now, all these are going to decongest the center, and like you rightly put it, we only have 3 radiotherapy machines, but when all these are in place, including the UPDF hospital, Aga Khan coming on board, and the very famous Luvowa hospital that will be finished next year, I think the number of radiotherapy machines, linear accelerators will go up. But also on the side of prevention, Right Honorable Speaker, for cancer of the cervix, which really affects the women, as a ministry, we have it in our policy of immunization to immunize girls of 10 years, and that is with HPV vaccine, to prevent them from getting cancer of the cervix in their later years. So there's a lot of work that has been done, but I would like to applaud Rotary, Centenary Bank for their very good service. We need all hands on deck. It cannot only be left to government of Uganda. And then there are other issues that speak to cancer, like behavior change. It's also a lifestyle disease, and would want to encourage certain components of lifestyle, the kind of foods we eat. This parliament passed the Tobacco Control Act. It is in place. Then you talked about alcohol. That has not really come into law. The food, I'm happy that the Honorable Minister, Frank Tumweba, laid the FARA bill on Monday. That is the Food and Agriculture Regulatory Authority bill. And we hope that once our food is regulated, then we should be able to address a number of issues that speak to cancer. Things like aflatoxins, the way we store our food. The Building Act should also speak to issues of asbestos, which was, it has been shown that there's a correlation between asbestos and lung cancer, but it's common to go to some of these police barracks and you still find asbestos. So there are other causes of cancer that are housed in other sectors beyond the health sector. So I would want to call on Parliament that during the budgeting cycle, please heed to the pleas of the Health Committee and ensure that we allocate money. One of the biggest game changers, Right Honourable Speaker, will be the PET project, which has taken us over 6 years to construct. It has been an unfunded priority every financial year that you come. Many of the referrals abroad are purely for PET scanning, but the current PET project is at about 60% completion, and hopefully by next year, once it is complete, we should be able to reduce cancer referrals abroad by a half. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Ethel Naluyima Betty Mama Wakiso.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker, for that great introduction. And allow me to introduce myself as PHF Betty Ethel Naluyima at level 3 in the Rotary Fraternity. Right Honourable, we want to appreciate you so much.
Do you want to break it down? What is this new PHF?
It's a Paul Harris Fellow. I encourage you are going to please plan to join Rotary and get to know the different levels of Rotary, such that at least you are able to start as usual normal Rotarian, then you get to PHF levels up to a level of a major donor. And we are talking about Rotary International, so that wherever you can move and wherever you have this rappel pin, this is now one for us women in Rotary. You are recognized even at international conferences. Right Honourable Speaker, with me in this house are several Rotarians that belong to this Parliament of Uganda. Among them, they can stand up for recognition. Rotarians in the house, stand up for recognition. Mr. Speaker, that is what you have today, Mr. Speaker.
You know that the Speaker rarely stands up. But he's a Rotarian. Yeah.
Members, let's uphold our own. The Speaker of Parliament of Uganda is a Rotarian with Rotary Club of Kampala Platinum. Mr. Speaker, allow me to first thank you so much for activating the Rotary Run here at Parliament of Uganda this morning. Thank you so much, because it's a very big step to see that the House of the People, the Parliament of Ugandans, is at the forefront of ensuring that health matters, and particularly cancer, one day, one time, is overcome. We thank you and we welcome you for that great leadership role. Mr. Speaker, as we talk about matters of Rotary, allow me to inform this House that the Parliament of Uganda from 2012 has been in partnership with the Uganda Cancer Run program. And this is entirely to show that our cause is key. We are not talking about just a health national movement, because when we rally together, when we become one, we are talking about a movement, but this time it's national as far as matters of fighting cancer are concerned. And this is how far we've gone. That Speaker has already given you the statistics, and you are aware that as per the publication from the Cancer Institute on August 18th, 2026, 36,000 are always new cases each year in this country, and we are inquiring 24,000 deaths. He has already mentioned over 70,000 Ugandans are living with cancer today. Mr. Speaker, these are not numbers just to leave behind, but they are numbers for all of us to contemplate about and ensure we save a life, Ugandans live better once again. Mr. Speaker, as I'm about to summarize, I'm here to call upon fellow legislators, wherever you are. I'm here to ask you, we have a duty We don't have to keep mentioning the numbers every time. We don't have to say that, yes, the cancer run is there on Sunday, and you have heard from our leader, you've heard from the Rotarian, the Right Honorable Jacobo, or both has called us to run, to go to our constituencies and mobilize us. No, we are not just there, but we are here to see that how best should our communities come on board, how best should our communities understand that there is a cancer, there is something we are supposed to do, and we have to overcome it as Ugandans. Now, that is the cancer run we are talking about, that is going to happen this Sunday at over 50 centers in the country, and none of us who are going to be able to be in Kampala, we shall start from Kololo, but it's up to you to look at for where it can be in your area. Finally, allow me to also inform you that the great partnership you are hearing of today between Parliament of Uganda and Rotary Uganda has enabled us to have 36-bed cancer treatment center at Nsambia. We are also having the Rotary Blood Bank, which provides over 18,000 units of blood each year to Ugandans. We are also able to see that many people are aided as far as you are seeing Rotary activities. I want to call upon each of you, fellow legislators, let's support the cancer run. Don't leave this house minus checking your pigeonhole. At least for you as an individual, you've been catered for. The Rotary Cancer Run program and the committee has sent you a kit. Start yourself. But now, after you've got yours, go back and do your best to purchase for those constituents of yours. I want to appreciate you and call upon all of you. I call upon each and every person here. Let's do our best to run. If at all you cannot run, go ahead and walk. If at all you cannot walk, put on that kit and stand somewhere to show that we are fighting against cancer. United we stand, divided we shall fall. I thank you for God and my country.
And in the public gallery, honorable members, I invite you to join me to welcome the Cancer Run Organizing Committee. Leaders, they are here to observe the proceedings. Also in the public gallery this afternoon, we have a delegation of students from the 23rd Guild Parliament of Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus. They are represented by Honorable Kasiri Nganda Ali and Honorable Shamim Marende. They have come to observe the proceedings of the House. Please join me in welcoming them. Welcome to Parliament. Honorable members, the issue of cancer, I think the correction, I said the 10.2 billion should be 7.2 billion. That's the correct figure. Yeah, because from 2012 to a few weeks ago was 4.2 collected, and at one point members contributed many times. You know, what is being done in camp, that in Zambia, members contributed from their accounts. But this is the first time the former speaker went for a cancer event and pledged 3 billion shillings to raise it to the president. And when that matter was brought to me, and that money, the speaker, we are implementing the budget of the old speaker is the one who presided over that. I found that the Parliament had that money aside. I could not wait. On your behalf, I gave the 3 billion. So that's the first time that Parliament has given one lump sum of 3 B. We can even do better next time round. I have a few members with matters of national importance. Really have to be very few. And I have, please you don't stand up, because matters of national importance is not about that. No more communication is done. The most important part of that communication was cancer run. So we can't, Please don't argue with the Speaker. Honorable Aine Godfrey Kaguta, MP Maogola North, is he in? Honorable Owere Richard Machika, MP West Budama North East.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me also take this opportunity to congratulate you upon being elected as Speaker of the 12th Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, I stand to raise a matter of national importance regarding a boundary issue in my constituency. I have had issues in the areas of Sop and Mirkit, where the two communities are fighting over a swamp. Right Honorable Speaker, this war has claimed over 6 lives, and the local authority in Tororo have written several letters to the Ministry of Lands to demarcate the boundary of this swamp. I am told that the officials from Lands are actually even collecting money. This has been going on for the last 6 years, and there's no remedy up to today. Right Honorable Speaker, I request this House to ask Ministry of Lands to survey and create a boundary for these people. I thank you very much.
Right Honorable Speaker, Prime Minister, I told you I'm still learning. I used to refer to Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm going to call the Minister of Lands, together with the Honorable Member of Parliament. We sit with you and we see why they are not coming to put that boundary right. So we are going to intervene. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Dr. Engineer John Bosco Koi Karisa.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm Dr. Engineer John Bosco Koi Karisa, representing the people of Bwej West. Right Honorable Speaker, on 20th August 2026, at 3 p.m., landslide swept off a village called Ndrumo in Ruchiri, Vihanga sub-county. And it swept up a stretch of around 1.5 kilometers. 2 people died, 4 homes were purely erased out, 15 homesteads were displaced, and right now all those people are living on a charge. I visited them, and I was able, through my meager resources, provide them with relief for 5 days. But right now, they are there and they are suffering. They don't have what to eat. Right Honorable Speaker, I request the government to do the following interventions. Number one, at least the Office of Prime Minister to send a team to provide some relief, and also to look at that area, because last year there was another valley along that same hill that experienced the same problem, and there is a river called Mukazanyara. There is a bridge that was swept off completely, and up to now that road connecting the people of Vihanga to Ibanda are not connecting. The bridge was swept off. I would also request Ministry of Works to go there and look at that bridge. Right Honorable Speaker, if they can also send experts to look at that hill and see if that is an occurrence that will continue happening, such that we see how to evacuate our people before the whole village is erased and many people die. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Prime Minister, and when you raise matters of national importance, you pick one most urgent one.
Right Honorable Speaker, sorry for the demise of the loved ones. those ones who died and those ones who are still struggling, to see how they can get where to sleep and, of course, to eat. I'm requesting the honorable member to write through that committee in the district, because we need that committee's letter, especially through the cow, to know exactly what is happening, and that report can be brought to the office of the Prime Minister, and then it will be worked on.
Honorable Cheyone Ivan, MP Nakasongola. Procedure? We are not proceeding well?
No, we are proceeding very well. It's not a procedure against my right honorable Prime Minister. Yes, it is just standing up under Rule 56, subsection 6, right honorable Speaker, under matters of national importance. It clearly states that the statement by a member may be commented upon by other members for not more than 15 minutes, meaning if for some of us who want to add some more light or also comment on a member's contribution here on matters of national importance, we may as well come in and do that. And I was requesting if I could complement something on what the previous member also raised, please, on Rule 56, subsection 6.
I thought when an issue is, location specific, I don't expect an MP from Padiere to talk about Buwejo West. We are here to do representation, but there are matters of national importance that can be national in character. The Speaker is very alive to that rule, and the rule says may. You don't know how powerful a Speaker is to determine how to exercise that discretion. So I have chosen not to. Honorable Cheyone Ivan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for enriching our rules of procedure.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament. I rise to address a matter of national concern in Nakasongola district. There's a village called Chiwambia. Recently, we have had violence meted by one gentleman called Majambere. Majambere has terrorized violence to people of Chibanja, Chiwambia, Chiwole. It is alleged that he is working for a member here. If you accept, Right Honorable Speaker, I mentioned the name.
You see the rules. You play by the rules. If by the time you're mentioning a member's name, the member has the right of reply. But also you should know that you can't mention a member's name on mere allegations. This is a place of record.
50 lorries of cows were ferried to Nakasongola, and those people who were occupying the land were beaten violently, and their bibanja have been taken forcefully by that person called Majambere. So we are seeking for government intervention. Right Honorable Prime Minister, kindly visit the area of Chiwambia such that those people can receive justice and be given back their bibanja, because Majambere has become a problem in our area. Thank you very much.
No, that is better. But as also MPs, as you bring matters coming from your villages, you can imagine a village called Chiwambia. And then they go and they kuwamba things. Prime Minister?
Right Honorable Speaker, I'm going to cause a committee from Office of the Prime Minister to go and first get information on the ground, and we find out what is really going on, together with Ministry of Lands, from Office of the Prime Minister and Minister of Lands. They will go on ground and find out, then we see the way forward.
Thank you very much. Honorable Joyo Harriet Obongi. Honorable Sarah Rwansasula. Woman MP Jinja City.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Rwansasula Sarah, Woman Member of Parliament, Jinja City. Honorable Speaker, the matter I am raising upon is in regards to the relocation of Ambercourt Farmers Market. Right Honorable Speaker, the traders received a notice from Civil Aviation Authority, a 3-month notice, and going by that notice, we are already 2 months away from that, but the traders have not been updated on where they are going to be relocated upon. I kindly ask the Line Minister to give us an update on whether that notice stands or if there is an update on where they will be relocated. I thank you.
Minister of Works and Transport.
Right Honorable Speaker, you had just mentioned that this house, whatever we mentioned, it is on record. What the Honorable Member is bringing, if it at all it is true, then we need to come in as a Minister of Works. But I also beg her to lay on the table the notes she's referring to. I cannot own something I have not looked at, and they say it is valid or not valid. You lay it on the table, then we sort it out. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Member, the Minister is in effect saying, give him the notice so that he can compare, so that he can ask his technical people. I'm sure the notice is not written by him.
Right Honorable, I have the notice here, I can lay.
Yes. Honorable Brigadier General Rwashande Emmanuel, MP, Rwemiyaga County.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I raise a matter of national importance. In 1960s, the colonialists came and fenced off our land, removed the natives by way of fencing and spraying that land in order to modernize agriculture in livestock industry. But after that, they never returned the natives. The natives remained there as squatters, and other people came and occupied that land. Up to now, we still have people who are squatters who have squatted in those land, those ranches, especially 4 ranches in my area of responsibility. And the ranches are not using their ranch, and the other ones don't have any permanence of occupying the land. My prayer, therefore, is, Right Honorable Speaker, if you can compensate the ranchers so that these natives can own the land and see how they can live a better life with their children. I thank you, sir.
Prime Minister. Or a person of you designate.
Yes, I thought we have Minister of Lands, but Right Honorable Speaker, Minister of Lands, I'm going to direct Minister of Lands to go and survey the place and see how we can resettle these people, and of course they get their land titles, since we have that program of the land fund in the Ministry of Lands.
And also compensate. That is done. Honorable Nyakato Dorothy, Jinja Rwansansula.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Here is the notice from Civil Aviation Authority to the city clerk, to the city town clerk, and it, dated 30th June 2026, signed by Alhaj Engineer Soma, Director, Airport and Aviation Authority. I beg to lay.
The record capture and the copy be available to the Minister. to verify.
I'll update.
We're all learning together. Honorable Nyakato Dorothy,
Thank
District
you.
Woman Representative Chitagwenda.
Yes. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, I raise on a matter of national importance concerning Mpanga Bridge in Chitagwenda district. Mpanga Bridge connects Chitagwenda and Kamwenje district, and the current bridge, Right Honorable Speaker, it is in a very sorry state. It is at the verge of collapsing, Right Honorable Speaker, and it is normally submerged by water, which causes water levels to rise above the bridge, the level of the bridge. Right Honorable Speaker, as leaders, we have tried to engage Ministry of Works, the engineers, but nothing has been done, Right Honorable Speaker. My prayers, Right Honorable Speaker, is to request the government and Ministry of Works to urgently look for funds and construct a new bridge, because we have lost so many lives on that bridge and properties. So that's my prayer, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg that the Ministry of Works should do something. Thank you.
Minister of Works. And she's in Nyakato, so don't say no.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I've been working closely with the Honorable, and she's very right. We presented this matter to Minister of Finance, and we are continuing to engage them to avail the funds. But meanwhile, as she has indicated, as we wait for finance to collect funds to give us to construct a new bridge, I'm going to get in touch with her, with the engineers there. We see what we can quickly do to save the lives of the Ugandans there as we wait for funds to solve this problem forever and ever. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Obong Peter Achuda.
Thank you very much, the Right Honorable Speaker. The Right Honorable Speaker, in 2011, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, in one of his public rallies, went and held a rally in Awila Primary School playground. He landed at Awila Annex Primary School. His chopper plane destroyed the roof of the classroom. And he committed, as a promise, that he would put in place 20 staff houses and make that school a model school. As I speak today, the classroom that was blown is still left open and named after His Excellency. Yesterday, something happened that they read from the articles that were moving in the social media. That was saying in 2031, we may have a different president. So they got so concerned and said, if the president who made the promise to them is leaving before fulfilling his promise, I should come and put before the House.
Honorable member, you know our rules. Stops us from speculation and using social media, unverified things in this national parliament.
I withdraw,
Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Make your case for...
Okay, now for my case is, they said their prayers are, one, His Excellency fulfills his promise before any other thing. Two, they said they are questioning the person who keeps the presidential pledges wherever he goes for campaigns, that if the person could have slept on their case. And finally, they are praying that, if possible, the delegation from that school be allowed to meet the president and they discuss other confidential matters.
For you, I'm not going to ask the Prime Minister to respond to that, but I want to refer that question be extracted and forwarded to the Committee of Government Assurances, because that's the work for that committee, and then they will know how to follow it up. Next, Honorable Sarah Wekomba.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I bring a matter of national importance about the pathetic living conditions the Bunambutia resettlement homes constructed for the landslide victims of the Elgon sub-region. Right Honorable Speaker, the available information indicates that the government of Uganda, under Cabinet Minute number 383, in October 2012, of 31st October 2012, passed a cabinet resolution to continuously allocate 8 billion for consecutive years to facilitate resettlement activities for the landslide victims. Following that cabinet decision, Parliament went ahead and allocated 8 billion in financial year 2013-2014. In financial year 2014-2015, still Parliament allocated 8 billion. And financial year 2015-2016, Parliament allocated 8 billion, respectively, to finance activities for the resettlement project of the landslide survivors in Bunambutia sub-region. However, to date, Mr. Speaker, the contractor has not done most of the projects that he was supposed to do, which include housing. There were supposed to be 900 houses. We have 305 houses, so most people are not in their houses. Then we have an issue with the valley dams. None of the valley dams was constructed, and the weather is very harsh in this situation. Even when it rains, these people, the areas flood. So we had expected government to have constructed, the contractor to have constructed the valley dams so that the water can be harvested and being used during these harsh conditions. When it is hot, the soils themselves clamp, so even crops cannot survive. For example, the contractor was supposed to plant trees. There are no trees planted. And up to today, if they gave you 100 trees, hardly any tree can survive, or only 3 that can survive. Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, I pray to set up an ad hoc committee of Parliament to carry out an investigation on the value for money for the project and report to Parliament within the time deemed fit by you, Right Honorable Speaker. I submit.
This is, we have very competent committees who work within the shortest time possible. I can refer this to the committee. You said about construction, that's infrastructure. And they can work together with that of agriculture and they get back to report on this matter. Next is Honorable Ine Godfrey was number 1 here, Kaguta, MP Maugola. Has anybody seen him?
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm very sorry for coming late.
You don't say that on record. You just continue.
Honorable Speaker, first of all, I'm called Daine Godfrey Kaguta, Member of Parliament, representing the people of Maugwa North constituency in Sembabwe district. Honorable Speaker, my point here is in my constituency, there is a sub-county which has been there for 20 years. And it has the population of over 30 people. We are 30,000, 40 villages. We have primaries, 13 of them, but we don't have seed school in that sub-county. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, in 2 years ago, the President came to Sembabwe district and we asked him to help us improving our health center 4 to referral hospital. And he pledged that they are going to construct that hospital. But now, it's over 2 years, there's nothing. Right Honorable Speaker, Same point. You know Sembabule? You know Sembabule?
That is maiden speech.
Sembabule district is a cattle corridor. We have a problem of valley dams. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to help us as Sembabule people to instruct the people of agriculture to help us and give us excavators for digging the valley dams. Thank you so much.
Minister of Education about the seed school for Sembabule, for Mawogola North.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, government is committed to ensure that each and every sub-county in this country has a secondary school. We are doing it in phases. But of course we are sure we are going to make it. Of course, under different programs, under YouGift, we have just completed the construction of 259 seed secondary schools. Now we have embarked on a new program which will give us 90 seed secondary schools. So Sembabule is on our plan, and let us work together with the MP.
Thank you. Honorable Kahima Moses Mugabe, MP Ruhama.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. My name is Kahima Moses Mugabe. I represent the people of Ruhama East in Ntungamo District. Right Honourable Speaker, on Sunday, the 23rd of August, 2026, a significant part of my constituency was hit by hailstorm, and 3 sub-counties of Rukoni West, Chite Town Council, and parts of Nyachera were severely devastated to the extent that 25 villages were left with no food crop. All banana plantations in those 25 villages were destroyed completely to the extent that you cannot find any banana plantation in that area. Even coffee shambas were severely hit, some animals died, and an alarm was raised to me. I had to travel there the whole of yesterday. I visited the affected areas and I confirmed the situation. And I am happy that my Chief Administrative Officer, Ntungamo District, has already written to the office of the Prime Minister. So my prayer is that the Prime Minister's office should respond urgently to the letter that was written by the CAO, and equally important, dispatch a team that should assess the situation on the ground. And I also want to put my prayer to the Ministry of Agriculture that they should come to our rescue and provide us with quick growing planting materials that can avert this situation. Otherwise, in the next 1 week, my people will have nothing to eat. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Right Honourable.
Right Honourable Speaker, sorry for our people about that disaster. It is good that the CAO has written the letter through the disaster committee. We are going to make a follow-up, and I'll get in touch with the member of parliament so that we reach those people. Thank you.
And the agriculture, they add the also request.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues. As you are aware, Ministry of Agriculture, we no longer give out those planting materials. We now shifted to PDM, but we shall work closely with the Office of the Prime Minister, and I also request the Member of Parliament to write to MAIF, Ministry of Agriculture officially, and let us know how many coffee chambers and the banana plantations were destroyed. Then we shall, together with the Office of the Prime Minister, we shall come up with a response. But we shall also send our teams, our regional teams, to come and also help us in the assessment. And whatever we shall come up with in agreement with the Office of the Prime Minister, we shall indeed deliver. Thank you.
Honorable Tivandeke, Charles, MP Bale County.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise under Rule 56 to raise an urgent matter of national importance in regards to unlawful treatment of prisoners. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I'm cognizant of Prisons Act 2006, which mandates Prison Commission to make regulations for internal management and administration of the prisons. Cognizant of Prison Regulation 2012, in particular, Section 33, that provides that a convicted criminal prisoner sentenced to imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 month shall have his hair cut short and his beards wickers, to mention but a few. Cognizant that the hair for female prisoners shall not be cut on admission unless otherwise recommended by a medical officer. Similarly, Right Honorable Speaker, the hair of a prisoner following a religion that prohibits cutting of hair shall not be cut without an order in writing from the officer in charge, made on grounds of necessity satisfied by a medical officer. Right Honorable Speaker, Article 24 of the Constitution provides for respect to humanity, dignity, human treatment, protection from torture, cruelty, degradation, among others. And these are non-derogable rights according to Article 44. Right Honorable Speaker, in my prayer, in the interest of time, I need to, the line ministry, to follow up with the prison service to ensure that the provisions of the law and the regulations, especially under Regulation 33 of the prisons regulation that mandates cutting of hair wholesomely to all prisoners, is adhered to in exemptions withstanding the provisions of the Constitution. Right Honorable Speaker, that the Parliamentary Human Rights Committee investigates the extent of the matter and this practice across all prisons and report back to this House in line with on how the rights of prisoners in specific implementation of Regulation 34(5) of the Prisons Regulations 2012 is adhered to without contravening with the rights as mandated in the Constitution. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
So which prayer should we handle? You are asking the minister, and then you are asking the committee to do the same thing. Who should do what? We
Right
know our
Honorable.
mandate, but it should be matter of national importance. I rarely referred to the committee. It is where you want action from government, and the Minister of Internal Affairs is here. So why are you again loading committee? If you feel Minister of Internal Affairs or Attorney General, it's about the violation, unlawful, so you can support each other. Yeah. Are you shaving off people's hair?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. This matter, as you have guided, the Attorney General is right here for the rights of way, but as the Ministry of Internal Affairs, we deeply respect the concerns of the Honorable Member and would follow up to ensure that no violation of any law is is permitted, but the Attorney General is here. You can answer on behalf of government. Thank you.
Right Honourable Speaker, to add to the answer by the elder, the Honourable Minister of Internal Affairs, one, we appreciate the concern. I want you to note that we inherited a number of laws from colonial times, but we have structures within our legal system that help us review these laws occasionally. There is a saying that law is not cast in stone, meaning that at any one time, law is expected to grow dynamically just as the society does. When such things are found to be unbecoming in a particular society, we sit and review them. So I do appreciate, just like the Honourable Minister said. And third, lastly, Right Honourable Speaker, I do not believe that there is a need to investigate this matter. If it has been going on, it has been done under the regulation you have cited. So they were fulfilling the law as it was. That is, if they were doing it. But going forward, we'll sit with the Law Reform Commission and consider your concern. If it requires amendment, we'll advise accordingly and move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You don't have a right of reply. You are the one who cites so many laws. You cite for me which rule gives you right of reply. Honorable Banya Emmanuel, Natal.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. My name is Emmanuel Banya, Member of Parliament, Koboko County. Right Honourable Speaker, it's also my maiden speech to speak when you are in the chair. I want to congratulate you for the office. Right Honourable Speaker, I raise on issues of national importance in regards to natural disasters. In my constituency in Koboko County, Loble Sub-County, 3 parishes, Aliribu, Loble Parish, and Ombachi Parish, experienced a disaster of flooding and hailstones on the 19th of July 2026. 357.25 acres of farmland were destroyed. The crops there mainly were beans, maize, and cassava. 467 households were affected, and 2,335 individuals were affected as a result of this disaster. These parishes happen to be refugee hosting parishes. Now, World Food Program these days does not give food to refugees. They give what they call cash ratios. Now, with the disaster hitting agricultural sector, there's a big problem in terms of food supply. People are dying of malnutrition and hunger. My prayer is that the Office of the Prime Minister immediately supplies food to those families. Fast maturing seeds are provided. And Right Honourable Speaker, the Minister of Agriculture gave some regions hand hose. I will also appeal to the Minister of Agriculture that Koboko is considered immediately for hand hose to alleviate this hunger issue which is going on. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to move.
Prime Minister. And the last one on that. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Honourable Member of Parliament, I think this is really very bad. You've delayed because now it was July, we are going to September, which means that you've not done the service that you would have done that time. But all the same, it is really bad. I will request that give us the letter so that our team can go on ground for investigation and then we handle. I thank you.
Honorable Mushabe, Rujok, Ruth. And then I will have Honorable Sevalim. This is Sevamala Richard.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mine was to do with the cancer, and since you have guided, I shall wait for that time. However, I would request the Minister of Health to tell us about the PEP scan plans as well when he's talking about the ambulances. I thank you.
Thank you. That's quite brief. Honorable Richard
Sevamala.
Sevamala, the former contestant of DP presidency.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, just to clarify, I did not contest. I was removed from the ballot paper prematurely. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to refer to your guidance in the speech that you made at the beginning of these sessions, where you requested that instead of coming to this parliament and we do post-mortems in procurements and accountabilities, it is important that if a member detects or comes across any information that might lead to the loss of money or accountability in government, it is, brought here firsthand, such that it is handled by the committees or any guidance you will give. Right Honorable Speaker, early this morning I got a communication from a citizen about the construction of the passenger terminal at Kabalega International Airport. Right Honorable Speaker, Civil Aviation Authority requested for bids where it did restricted bidding and got two bidders, Kodro C and Suma Construction, which bidded $140 million and $120 million respectively. Suma 140, Kodro C 120. After negotiations, Kodro C requested to work on the passenger terminal at $285 billion, but also the accounting office of CAA went ahead to request for additional funding from the Ministry of Finance. However, during the same time, they solicited more bids to see whether they can get somebody that is lower. And these bids, 4 people were contacted, who were SMS Construction, Siani, China Bridge and Rere, and others. In these, they got one called Samco that came in with a bid with $452 billion, way higher than what Kodro C had negotiated. Right Honorable Speaker, as we speak today, the procurement process has stalled. Remember, AFCON is next year. There is no proper procurement process that is being followed. Words that are in the corridor are contractors are negotiating and going round to meet different offices. I would request for the indulgence of this parliament, or specifically the committee, Right Honorable Speaker, because no sooner had
you need the committee to look at that.
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Okay, so it is
the Committee of Infrastructure.
Okay, that you have any interest?
No. I don't have any interest, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister of Works.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. It's good you have asked a question to the Honorable Member, whether he has interest, but he has declined. But depending on some true and false information is given on paper, it's as if he has interest, and or what I think, according to me, what he wants through Parliament to inform whether his company or friends is successful or no, But I must assure the August House that procurement is going on, and it is in the hands of His Excellency the President, and many people have approached him to take over that contract. He has refused. He needs what we call value for money. As I speak now, we're in the final stages. Come next week, we shall give him the report he needed, and we shall have the contractor to sign the contract too. I don't know. We request Parliament to have trust in the ministry. We have lost a lot of money in these things where come CHOGM, AFCON, people pretend we're in the rush hour, we sign exorbitant contracts. By the time they realize it, money is eaten. We are in charge. We shall have the right contractor in that place, even with the hand and the help of His Excellency the President. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. No problem. I will protect you. There is nobody living on earth here without interest. But I think in this matter, the interest you have is for the fairness of the process. So don't be offended. There is nobody without interest, including me who is speaking here. I have interest, but you only have to ask which interest. Honorable Query, procedure?
Right Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether we are proceeding well if the same people that are doing the procurement are the same people that are saying that the procurement is moving well. That's why I had requested for your indulgence that maybe the committee could look at the same.
No, I think he has pushed it that the whole chief executive of the Republic of Uganda, who is also called
the executive works through him,
the President of the Republic of Uganda, is highly involved. That one, when it is invoked, let's wait. Let's wait. Honorable Korede, you are the last on that matter, and then we can handle other things.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. David Bicha Mukwere, MP Bukedia County. Right Honourable Speaker, I have just returned from Soroti, where we inspected the Soroti Industrial Park. And in the park, with the initiative of government, a factory was set up called Pale Commodities, with the main key intention of processing or doing value addition to the cereals. This is to say like millet, sorghum, sim, and all others. But what we learned from the factory is that all the cereals which this factory is purchasing from Teso has got about 80% of affected cereals with aflatoxins. This 80% is a red signal that all the people in Teso region are actually consuming aflatoxins. And it's actually the reason I could actually say that it's one of the reasons why we are having a high rate of cancer. No wonder I'm not surprised to report to this August House, like in my constituency in Bukedia. You not to be scared that in one day, you'll be informed of about 10 burials in one day, which is a very high number. Right Honourable Speaker, I pray that this August House and the Line Ministry intervenes to see that we work hard.
Prime Minister or Minister, who is the relevant minister? They are multi-sectoral. Trade and agriculture and the health, that is all.
Mr. Speaker, on the side of industry, particularly on standards, we will send, working with Minister of Agriculture, send a team of our technical people next week to do the measurements and make sure that we are doing the right thing. If we find that there is a problem, then we shall address it. by the Minister of Agriculture, Canadon.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and the House. I also need to give my colleague information. Last week, TESO parliamentary leaders under the leadership of Her Excellency the Vice President interacted with Ministry of Agriculture, and she had also raised the same issue of aflatoxins, but I also want to give you information on this entire House. Government of Uganda through MAIF invested in a very, very big aflatoxin machine, and which is in Teso sub-region, for your information, and that equipment has been idle for ever since the same Teso sub-region members of parliament one time contacted Operation Wealth Creation when Jen Angina was still even the deputy chief coordinator in 2018, and that entire equipment was taken to Teso sub-region, and ever since government invested and we availed it according to your requirements, you've not been using it and it has been idle. And right now, UDC, the Uganda Development Corporation, which is an investment, has now taken on the responsibility to privatize it to one of the private companies, maybe, who would now be using it. But I want to call upon leaders. We are all leaders here. Once you request such services from government and government avails them to you, please take use of them, and please go and check with the VP, Her Excellency Jessica Lupo. She knows everything and where all those equipments are. Thank you.
There will be no more need for him to check with the VP. Now he has the information that the machine is there and is in Teso. Maybe the awareness was not there. I was looking for Honorable Jamilewo Jalameso. I thought he was seated somewhere here. I didn't know he was promoted. Yeah.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to extend my highest felt felicitation, plaudits and laudations to you upon the assumption of the office. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me also thank you for your comical, witty and light-hearted method of superintending of this House. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to say once again, high felicitation to you. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise under Rule 56, a matter of urgent national importance. I was in my constituency 3-4 days ago. The ministry, government through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fishery has undertaken a compulsory biannual livestock vaccination program against foot and mouth disease, to which, Right Honorable Speaker, I diametrically endorse it. However, my concerns are two. One, the issue of affordability and the issue of equity. Right Honorable Speaker, you are much aware that Aleptong district, a jury where I come from, is far above the national poverty rate of 16.2%. And when you look at the figure being charged, 80,000 shillings per cow or a pig to be paid by a farmer twice a year, and then a goat or a sheep, 4,000 shillings.
Yeah, but you know that that matter was disposed of here by the Minister of Finance, Agriculture. What is your prayer, sir?
Right Honorable Speaker, my prayers are one, let sensitization be broadened. The situation in my constituency is more now of a hula baloo and imbroglio. And therefore, I am not able to quell them. Secondly, let the government come in and fully subsidize this so that the farmers that rely on livestock as a bank account should not be able to be punished twice. I beg to submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
So, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, and the next time you use such heavy words, I will run away from you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues. As Minister of Agriculture, yes, even last time Honorable Lwakojo had also raised the same issue. For purposes of informing my dear colleague, the price is not going to be negotiable because that is, but as far as sensitizing farmers, MAIF is coming up with a program very soon, and we're going to be sensitizing all our dear farmers out there all over Uganda on how and when and where to access the vaccines from and how to use them effectively. I thank you.
Honorable Lop.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have a document to lay, but before I do, allow me to raise two quick issues of concern. One is health-related. I've had the Minister of State for Health give us assurance again that Lubowa Hospital is going to be ready. That promise has been made several times, even by his predecessors. We have been looking forward to the launching of Lubowa Specialized Hospital because there's been issues with that. I don't know whether it's a hospital or a construction site. A lot of money pumped there. Parliament has severally tried to access it, to see what's happening, to play our oversight role, denied access. At one time, the then Minister of Health was denied access. So we don't know what's happening with Lubowa Hospital. And maybe, again, through your office, Mr. Speaker, we need to pick interest and know what's happening. So the update is a good one that is going to be ready next year. But we are not going to wait for next year. It would be good that Parliament gets access so that we know the money that's appropriated there, what is it doing? Mr. Speaker, we have something called community health extension workers in this country. The Minister of Health knows about these people. These are salaried, parish-based cadre of frontline healthcare workers. They were established under a 2018 Ministry of Health policy to supervise and professionalize the village health team system. They do a lot of work there. They're like the foot soldiers of the Ministry of Health. And these people have reached out to us. A number of them have gone for a very long time without pay. And by the way, they earn a niggardly, I don't even know whether to call it a salary, maybe an allowance, of 150,000 shillings per month. That's what the ministry pays them. Firstly, I think that amount has got to be reviewed, given the times and the work that they do. But then they have been complaining they have not gotten this little niggardly allowance for a very long time. The Ministry of Health has actually acknowledged in their communication as recently as April 2026, they acknowledged unresolved payment backlogs for these community health extension workers. I'm glad the Minister of Health is here. The country needs to be updated. These people need to be updated. They get little money. First of all, we are saying revise it. But number two, why is the little money not coming to them? And yet you expect them to do work down there. Mr. Speaker, the second and final issue is related to perhaps internal affairs. And I'm glad that the professor is here. Right Honorable Speaker, a few days ago, you did pledge that you're going to create time in the coming days for this House to discuss and debate issues of human rights and for us to have a conversation about those matters. We are looking forward to that, Mr. Speaker, because this country is ripe for an engagement in that regard. The way our elections do happen, our elections are violent. extremely violent. People are killed, many are maimed, others are in jail for donkey's years. These things have got to change. Others abducted, the likes of John Bosco Chibalama, 7 years. John Damulira, Kanata Muhammad, and a plethora of others from elections that are tumultuous. We also need to have a conversation about where does the military start and where does the military end when it comes to our democratic processes. So we are looking forward to that conversation, Mr. Speaker, because our country is hurting and we cannot pretend that all is well. But Mr. Speaker, as we wait for that conversation, these issues that I have raised on this floor a number of times, government has yet to respond to them. Good enough, the government chief whip has been capturing these issues. Whenever I do raise them, she writes to the relevant ministries to say this issue was raised, please prepare a response, but it never comes through. Because there's been very recent cases that I've talked about. There's a one Christopher Godi, also known as King Zare. This man was abducted on 21st April. Up to now, where is he? Why is he not produced in court? Sam Mugumya was taken in August of last year. We saw videos recently of him in bad shape. Where is the man? If he's committed an offense, why not produce him in court? And several others. There's another called Baliza William. That one was taken in February. And I raised those ones here. And there's been commitment to respond, but it has not come through. We wonder why. Mr. Speaker, yesterday I saw some leaders within the NRM talk about a gentleman called Matthew Bagonza. This is a staunch NRM supporter who I know personally, and I respect where he belongs. It's his right. But I also saw he was picked up, and people are asking, where is he? Why is he not produced in court? Now, Matthew Bagonza belongs to the NRM, but as a leader, it's also my responsibility to say, even though he's NRM, he should be accorded due process. Okay. So him and all these others, why are these people not produced in court? We have said severally that it is okay for the state to suspect anyone in this country at whichever level to have committed an offense. But the law says, you see, Article 28(3)(a) provides for the presumption of innocence. So that means you get somebody, take them to a gazetted detention facility, and that is police, within 48 hours, either release them on police bond or take them to court. Why don't we do these things?
I'm afraid you're preempting.
Those are the issues that I have. And Mr. Speaker, why I appreciated you for the debate you're planning to hold. We look forward to it because there's many historical issues. But these are recent matters that I have raised that have been captured. The government chief whip has written to the relevant ministries, but they are not responding. Yes. And I think it would be important that they do. They're going
to be caught up by the time.
So as I leave the stage, Mr. Speaker, allow me to lay the opposition response to the Charter of Fiscal Responsibility for financial year 2026-2027 to financial year 2030 to 2031. The Ministry of Finance laid theirs. As the opposition, it's not a must for us to lay, but we are duty-bound to give a response and to keep the government in check. So our hope is that what we are prepared will be looked into for the good of our country. Herein, we've captured issues of unemployment, our debt burden, corruption, etc., that need to be addressed if we are to hit our economic targets. I do lay on table. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. It is referred to the Committee on Budget, the Budget Committee, to review both of them. Item 5. The Health Minister, you'll appropriately respond when the Prime Minister has availed the opportunity within our time. Yes, item 5.
Item 5, Prime Minister's time.
Right Honorable Prime Minister. You are usually given 20 minutes on that one, but there was another one. You will do many things. Every time here today is nearly yours. But it's also, don't start that way.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and members, I request that you allow me to present a statement of the succeeding, on the business of the succeeding week. I move under Rule 29(1) of our Rules of Procedure of Parliament of Uganda as a read of government business, because I'm required to make a statement in this House regarding the business of a succeeding week. I therefore submit the following business for the succeeding week, that is from 1st to 3rd September 2026. Right Honorable Speaker, a statement by the Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities on the commemoration of the National World Tourism Day will be presented. We shall also get a statement from the Minister of Health on the status of the implementation of health component under the Uganda Intergovernmental Fiscal Transfers Program, EU Gift 2. A statement will also be presented by the Minister of Local Government on the progress of the Paris Development Model implementation countrywide and the revised implementation guidelines. That Honorable Speaker, I beg to submit.
Let the record capture.
Right Honorable Speaker,
that
members.
was under item 4. Now
Yes.
you are going to item 5.
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker and members, as you are aware, I am always asked questions both in written, and I will also expect other questions.
Procedure, Honorable Tebandeke.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the generosity. My procedure matter is for our own benefit. It's under Rule 43, particularly sub-rule 7 and 8 of our Rules of Procedure. Right Honorable Speaker, I appreciate the Prime Minister's efforts to answer our questions. But some of our questions get lost within the way from my own custody to clerk and the Prime Minister. To avoid that, sub-rule 8 of the same clearly states that the clerk shall publish a list of all questions and the response made every month. This one will also benefit our Prime Minister to make assessment of her performance. I don't know whether it is procedurally right, by your guidance, that the clerk is subdue to this rule. Thank you.
The clerk is directed to comply. Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and members, under the written questions, I got one from Honorable Kumu Gabriel, MP Okoro Gabriel. He says that Jango Koro Seed Secondary School is in Jango Koro, in Okoro, Zombo District, but also serves Asuma and Aka sub-counties and Padea town councils because they don't have seed schools yet. However, students from Aka sub-county have to cross Nyagak River at a point called Nyagak Pa Kiro, and when it floods, students cannot go to school. And his prayer, Right Honorable Speaker, is that government should construct a bridge at this point. His second point and prayer is that government should build seed schools in the above sub-counties that don't have seed schools. The third one is that engineers from the Ministry of Works and Transport visited the site. Can the Right Honorable Prime Minister provide an update to this House on their findings. Right Honorable Speaker and members, my response is that it is government policy to establish public school in every sub-county, and for sub-counties without a public secondary school, government has put in place deliberate interventions. Right Honorable Speaker and members, through the Uganda Intergovernmental Physical Transfer Program for Results, UGIFT, and the Uganda Secondary Schools Expansion Project, USEP, government has established a total of 349 seed secondary schools countrywide and 259 under UGIFT and 90 under USEP. Honorable Speaker and members, Zombo District has directly benefited from both interventions, receiving 4 seed secondary schools in total, namely Atiak Seed Secondary School, Kango Seed Secondary School, Paida Seed Secondary School under UGIFT, and Alangi Secondary School under USEP. Following these interventions, our mapping indicates that 4 administrative units in Zombo district still remain without a public school, namely Asuma Sub-County, Aka Sub-County, Padea Sub-County, Padea Town Council, and Zombo Town Council. 3 of these are the very units raised by the Honorable Member. As a way forward, government is currently in advanced negotiations with the World Bank on UGIFT 2, the successor UGIFT 1, which is expected to finance at least 114 additional seed secondary schools across the country. Government will prioritize the outstanding administrative units in Zombo district. The second question came from Baseke Fred. Says that that is Ntenjeru South. That Honorable Speaker and members, he says that government policy is that every sub-county should have a government secondary school. However, in Ntenjeru South County, Kayunga District, Nazigo Town Council, and Kangurumira Sub-County do not have any government secondary school. His prayer is, what is government's plan and timeline for establishing government secondary schools in Nazigo Town Council and Kangurumira Sub-County? My response, Right Honorable Speaker and members, is that government remains committed to the policy of expanding and providing equitable access to secondary education by ensuring that every sub-county progressively has access to a government, all government-aided secondary school. This policy has been implemented over the years through the Uganda Intergovernmental Physical Transfer. Right Honorable Speaker and members, I request that the answer I gave in the first question answers him correctly. Question number 3 came from Honorable Naki Julius, MP of Dudley County East. His question 1 is that we thank government for the ongoing construction of Narugugu. I think I remember Narugugu, not Narugaga. Narugugu, Budadiri, and I was there personally. Namagumba Road, however, last week the contractor broke down the main bridge over Silonko River, which Siloko River, which connects Budadiri to other districts without creating a motorable diversion to ensure uninterrupted traffic flow. His prayer is when will the bridge over Silonko River be fixed? And his second question, Right Honorable Speaker and members, is that government last month embarked on reconstruction of Naruguga Bridge over Narugaga River that connects Silonko to other districts. However, the construction lasted for less than a week, and it has completely stopped despite presence of equipment at the site. And his prayer is, when will the construction resume? That Honorable Speaker and members, the old river Silonko Bridge was not compatible with the new alignment under the ongoing upgrading works. Consequently, a new bridge has been designed and construction has already commenced. The construction is 6 months, effective August 2026. By standard practice, a temporary diversion must be provided during such works. A diversion was accordingly provided at River Silonko about 3 weeks ago. However, due to torrential rains in Ergon, the diversion was washed away 2 weeks ago. To mitigate the impact, the contractor provided an alternative community access road from Budadiri to Mutufu via North Mbale Cathedral, which is currently servicing the community. Right Honorable Speaker and members, reconstruction of the main diversion has since been completed. It is currently serving right traffic as we await 14 days for the concrete to attain the requisite strength to carry heavy loads. Heavy goods, vehicles will therefore continue to use the alternative route for the next 14 days. At the moment, there is no interruption to traffic flow. The traffic from Budadiri to Mbale and Kampala is diverted via Buwaras and Ergon UTC to Namagumba. Traffic from Budadiri via Mutufu to Kapchorwa and Karamoja uses the community access road to Narugugu to proceed to its destination. That Honorable Speaker, all these are temporary measures pending opening a new diversion structure, and ultimately the new bridge, which is expected to be completed by the end of March 2027. The first question came from Honorable Kumu Gabriel, MP Okoro County. Right Honorable Speaker, he asked a question that coffee, the most important cash crop in Uganda, and the government has made deliberate efforts to promote its growth even in areas which are not traditional growing areas. However, post-harvest handling and quality control, which determine the price and how competitive a commodity is on the world market, seems not to be on top of the agenda of government. Middlemen adulterate and compromise the quality of coffee without any deterrence. His prayer, Right Honorable Speaker and members, is that what strategy does government have to deter unscrupulous middlemen who adulterate the coffee, sell wet coffee, hence compromising quality. My response, Right Honourable Speaker, is that government recognizes that the quality of Uganda's coffee is critical to maintaining its competitiveness and security and securing better prices on the international market. As such, government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, is implementing a number of measures to deter unscrupulous practices among farmers, traders, and processors in order to improve coffee post-harvest handling and quality. The government has strengthened the legal and regulatory framework through the National Coffee Act 2021 as amended in 2025. The Act provides for the regulation of coffee production, handling, processing, trade, including measures against adulteration and practices that compromise quality. It further provides for offenses and penalties against persons who contravene the established quality and handling requirements. Honourable Speaker and members, government is intensifying sensitization and mobilization of farmers on good harvesting and post-harvesting or post-handling practices, including harvesting only ripe cherries, proper drying, and appropriate storage. Farmers are also being encouraged to organize themselves into coffee producer organizations and cooperatives to promote self-regulation and collective marketing. Government is strengthening enforcement and regulation through routine inspections and enforcements to identify and take action against actors involved in adulteration, improper processing, illegal handling, illegal hiring of wet coffee, and other practices that compromise our quality. Many offenders have since been apprehended. Right Honourable Speaker, I call upon honourable members to support these efforts and through our oversight and mobilization functions to sensitize our farmers on the importance of adhering to coffee quality standards. The fifth question came from Honourable Ahebwa Wiliba Manyisa, MP Nakaseke County. The member raised a matter of concern on electricity instability in Kinoni, Ngoma, Kinyogoga, in Nakaseke, North County. My response: Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited, UEDCL, has initiated the following corrective interventions: load balancing on the transformer to improve phase loading, upgrading the transformer from 50 kVA to 100 kVA to accommodate the existing and anticipated load. The third one is continued monitoring of the area after intervention to confirm improvement in supply reliability. The intervention is intended to provide sustainable solution to the recurring outages rather than continuing to address the individual transformer failures as they occur. The sixth question came from Honourable Tibandeke Charles, MP Bale County, Kayunga District. The member raised a matter concerning UEDCL delays in availing connection materials in Kayunga district. And his prayer is what measures have been taken to address this matter. That Honorable Speaker and members, this is my response. That following the measure having been taken to address this situation, large-scale procurement of connection materials have been undertaken with supplies sufficient for over 520,000 connections currently at various stages of procurement and delivery. 273,000 electricity meters have been delivered and are undergoing mandatory testing and certification by the Uganda Bureau of Standards before deployment. Right Honorable Speaker and members, government has also strengthened its implementation capacity through deployment of additional technical teams and contractors, expansion of regional storage facilities, and improvement of logistics and monitoring systems to facilitate faster distribution of materials and the execution of connections. As materials continue to be received and distributed across the country, Kayunga district, including Bale County, will benefit from these ongoing interventions, and government is committed to reducing the backlog of pending connections and ensuring that eligible customers are connected to the national grid in the quickest way possible. The seventh question came from Honorable Tom Aliti, Kandea, MP Maracha East. He says that the West Nile region is one of the poorest regions in Uganda. According to him, West Nile multidimensional poverty index is at 40%, according to the UBOS Housing Survey report. His prayer is that can government plan a special dedicated intentional affirmative agricultural project of wealth creation specifically for West Nile region. That Honorable Speaker and members, below is my response. That government has continued to support West Nile region with many affirmative intervention programs that are aimed at increasing household incomes. The affirmative action programs include the Parish Development Model, Emyoga, Skills Development, micro projects, and many others. Specifically, government has approved the NUSAV 4 project, which will expand its livelihood improvement intervention to the communities of the West Nile sub-region. Right Honorable Speaker, government through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has also planned and commenced the supply of coffee seedlings to northern Uganda, which includes West Nile. This coffee program, together with many other government interventions, will, in the long run, reduce the poverty and ensure that the region moves forward in terms of income status. The eighth question came from Mariam, District Woman Representative Iganga. He says that while urban centers are growing, many rural sub-counties and distant projects across Iganga district still lack access to the national electricity grid, which impedes industrial growth. Her prayer is that can I, as a Prime Minister and government, outline our current operation plan under the rural electrification program to extend the grid power to underserved parishes of Iganga district during this financial year? Below is my response. The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, with funding from Exim Bank of China, Government of Uganda, the African Development Bank, and the World Bank, has installed 62 kilometers of medium voltage lines and 168 kilometers of low voltage lines, along with 47 distribution transformers, electrifying various areas of Mulaga, Bugongo, Buzaya, Bubogo, Nawanyingi Town Council, Buongo Village, and other surrounding villages. Right Honorable Speaker and members, the government of Uganda, under the wise leadership of His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, is currently implementing 29 kilometers of medium voltage line and 64 kilometers of low voltage lines with 20 distribution transformers, electrifying villages of Nabitende 1, Naibiri sub-county, Kazigo, Namavundu, Isegero, Buweito, Bulagala, Nalende, Usegera, and many others. That Honorable Speaker, in addition, government, with funding from World Bank through the Electricity Access Scale-Up Project and the grid expansion to support Paris Development Model Project, plans to install 60 kilometers of medium voltage lines and 24 kilometers of low voltage lines. And this project will include the installation of 57 distribution transformers to electrify areas like Namunsara Parish, Namukanaga Parish, and all other surrounding villages. The ninth question, Right Honorable Speaker and members, came from Honorable Chiwanuka Sulaiman, MP Nachifuma County. The member raised a matter concerning the electricity crisis in Nakifuma County, Mukono District. My response, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, is that the rural electrification program funded by Government of Uganda has already electrified several areas in Nakifuma, including Kakinzi, Makukuba, Namoya, Busavara, Nabalanga Health Center 3, Kabawala, Mangayanga, Kawongo, and various parts of Kasau Town Council, Seta, Namuganga, and Namanoga. Honorable members, I am happy to announce that in this financial year, 2026-2027, the NRM government will commence the electrification of additional areas within Nachifuma County. And these will include Wuziranduru Village, Mugonga Village, Narulabye Transformer Injection, Buwali and Ibudu in Nachiwate Village. In addition, with funding from World Bank and the Government of Uganda through the Electricity Access Scale-Up Project and the grid expansion to support Paris Development Model, we are embarking on an extensive electrification program. And this program will target numerous areas in Nakifuma County. The 10th question and the last question came from Honorable Kumu Gabriel, MP Okoro County. Right Honorable Speaker and members, he says that there are administrative units that were gazetted before the 2021 general elections but have not been coded to date. This means that they are not receiving grants from government, specifically in Zombo, Padea, and where trading centers are not coded. And his prayer, when are these trading centers going to be coded? My response, Right Honorable Speaker and members, is that Padea Town Council is fully coded in the integrated financial management system. For financial year 2026-2027, it has received a non-wage recurrent amount of 37,397,000 and discretionary development equalization grant of 19,629,000. Similarly, Wa Town Council is coded. Oh, Right Honorable Speaker and members, I request that I now take the other questions, but in conclusion, for financial year 2026-2027, WA has also received a non-wage recurrent amount of 36 million Uganda shillings and discretionary development equalization grant of Uganda shillings 19 million. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to submit.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Prime Minister. Procedure by Park Central, Kasanda.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to thank the Prime Minister for always laboring to come here to answer questions of the members. Right Honorable Speaker, in Rule 185, functions of government assurances and implementation committee. 1A. That this committee is supposed to record and scrutinize the assurances, promises, and undertakings given by a minister, the Prime Minister, the Vice President, or the President in the House from time to time. Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker.
Why did you stop?
Right Honorable Speaker, I waited until that wonderful
It's not
conversation
in our rules.
would.
Yeah.
Right Honorable Speaker, I am sorry that I stopped because I really needed your attention.
You are raising.
This is a procedural matter. I want to raise.
It is procedural matter, but you have to be very specific on rules. 185. Did you say 185?
185, Right Honorable Speaker.
On government assurance and implementation. Yes.
I'm reading 1A,
so raise
Right
the,
Honorable Speaker.
So raise the procedural matter.
Right Honorable Speaker, the Prime Minister has always been kind, that whatever is asked, she promises. Even without a known budget, every member that comes before us here says there is this and this in my constituency, the Prime Minister goes on to promise and commit. Right Honorable Speaker, my concern is does our government assurances committee follow up on these promises as assured to us here, because, Right Honorable Speaker, the Prime Minister should not come here and give us promises where there is no budget line. They should give us on issues where there are budget lines. I would like to know whether, Right Honorable Speaker, whether this Committee of Government Assurances pick interest in these promises made on the floor of Parliament every other Thursday and see whether they were, Right Honorable Speaker, members are assured properly, Right Honorable Speaker.
Really, I don't know. Lope, you need to put your people into order. Because now those are internal matters. I would be glad to hear the Honorable Member, Honorable Zake, who shares the government assurances, coming here to give a report that, Right Honorable Prime Minister, on such a date you said this minister said this. Why have you? So for you now, the Prime Minister is giving you more work. You are saying you stop there.
Right Honorable, I think where it's coming from is historically, there's been numerous promises that are made and there gets to be a backlog. I think that's where he's coming from. However, for us, we'll keep capturing, and the Committee on Government Assurances led by the Honorable Francis Zake and the Honorable Anna Adeke, they're compiling more. So they'll come here and say there's this heap, where do you start from? So it is well.
I would be glad to give them a space in the order paper. But honestly, bringing it now is... Sorry? Yeah. When I see Honorable Sewungu, we got here together.
Mr. Speaker, sir, against all fairness, I was Vice Chairman, Government Assurances Committee. And under the rules, Mr. Speaker, sir, to the Prime Minister, I'm on your support, by the way. Against all fairness, once the Prime Minister is answering questions raised by members, our rules provide the Speaker to allow those members to give any additional question to what he has responded to. But once it comes to government assurances, as by the rules are stated, it's about confirming, and the committee goes, keeps its records, and follows up to come back and meet the Prime Minister or ministries to give answers. I think that's what we should develop, and I are in agreement with the what. But with what the Prime Minister is responding to here, if I had raised my matter, Mr. Speaker, I would have stood up after her speaking and said, Madam Prime Minister, your answer is good, but it's lacking A, B, C, D, and then the House moves on. But with nobody answering and giving additional,
thank you.
She sits comfortably.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And when we are doing Prime Minister's time, the guidance I want to give, look at the rule on Prime Minister's time. When the Government Assurance Committee is bringing anything, we go to the government assurances. And, but I know that you are a very popular Prime Minister. Honorable, I think that when the Prime Minister was coming in, the leader of opposition was holding the floor, and he had raised some two matters that I said could be answered during the time for the Prime Minister about the promise to have the debate on human rights and then the health. If the Prime Minister permits, she's the owner of these 60 minutes, which we are left with about 20. Yeah, so those two ministers were here. If you could give them permission, yes. Professor, we talked, you had the Honorable Joel Senyonyi, the leader of opposition, was opposing the way You are handling people, issues of human rights. And we made a commitment that we shall find time to debate them. You want to say something about that?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Prime Minister. You have guided quite well. The leader of opposition raised the issues on human rights, and I want to assure him that as an executive arm of the state, we are the protectors of these rights and would do exactly what he has asked for, to have a holistic committee meeting to look at the whole picture of human rights protection in our country. And the Prime Minister, I'm sure he would do exactly what the leader of opposition has asked for. Thank you.
Health. We are doing that on Prime Minister's time, responding to Honorable Senyonyi. Lubowa, when are we commissioning?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
And accessibility. And extension workers.
Honorable Joel Sonia raised two issues, and the first one was about the non-payment of community health workers. Yes, it is true. Even the ones in Koboko have not been paid, Right Honorable Speaker. And he gave a preamble to the importance of community health extension workers. As government, we are aware, and it was put in this year's budget. So once the money is released, we shall be able to pay the areas. And I think we have managed to communicate that through the respective district health officers. On the issue of Lubowa, I think let us be very optimistic. Let us have hope. And Right Honorable, at least now you can see the superstructures of Lubowa beyond the hoarding. It is normal procedure that when you're constructing, you cover the construction site for the purposes of health and safety. And committees of parliament are free, Right Honorable Speaker, to access Lubowa Hospital. I think they are at liberty to write to the proprietor and access the hospital. So I would like to give the LOP reassurances that going forward, they should be in position to access the hospital, and the given timelines for completion of the hospital are the end of 2027. Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, there was a member who asked about the PET machine, and I would want to maybe sensitize members that the PET is a project. It is just not a machine, and that project includes construction and equipping. The timelines that have been given for the completion of the PET project is early 2027. So I'd like to give reassurance to the honorable members and Ugandans. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to guide that we shall take 5 here, 7 here, beginning with this one, Rakai, then Obura, then Julius, Honorable Julius, then Island. He should feel Ugandan if we leave him out. Yes, and then Honorable Opia. Yes, we settle. Stop intimidating the speaker.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Right Honorable Prime Minister, under the new policy of fishing in this country, we were told to have new fishing gears, and we have done everything, complied to the necessary guidelines that the fishing ministry or the Ministry of Fisheries has given us. But the ministry went ahead to be very hostile to our fishermen and closed some of the fishing landing sites without explanation, without any involvement of us as leaders. We are wondering why they are very hostile even when there is no issue to be concerned about. We pray, our prayer is that these landing sites should be opened with immediate effect because it is the only resource envelope that they have for their families. It's the only livelihood they have. They are taxpayers, they should be respected. Thank you so much.
It is not a question. You take note. Next, Honorable Bull.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Prime Minister, allow me to give assurance that as members of Parliament, we are grateful for the work you're doing. My name is Patrick Obura, Member of Parliament for Yam County South. Right Honorable Prime Minister, in July we raised a concern regarding central government roads in Oyam South. That is Kamdini, Zambia, Minakulu, Achaba, Loro, and honestly, the Minister of Works swing into action, and along the way, they did what is called bush clearing, Right Honorable Prime Minister. It is my humble appeal that Oyam district is one of the biggest districts in this country, with over 600 kilometers of road. Central government constitutes about 220 kilometers. Right now, the road I'm talking about is impassable. What has happened is that works has stopped, and the reason they are giving is that there is no fuel. Right Honorable Prime Minister, I call upon you to engage our very active and senior Minister of Work so that fuel can be provided and the work continue in the central government road. Thank you very much.
Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and members, I direct the Minister of Works to go and do the grading, drainage system and everything so that our people can pass through that road.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, Honorable Julius Naki.
Thank you, Right Honorable Prime Minister. Speaker, my name is Julius Nachi, MP of Dadir East. My question is, last year we witnessed the flooding of Nachivuvo Channel, and as a result, a lot of business people were affected. They lost their stock. They met the president in Chisozi, and he promised a modest compensation of 20 billion. Now, last week, I met, because I have people who know me, they have never received that compensation since last year. Now, I wanted to know from the Prime Minister the current status of that compensation.
Brilliant, Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and members, the business community in a number of shops or arcades around Nachivuvo Channel indeed lost their business and property. Right Honorable Speaker, I was directed by the President to constitute a team which was headed by the Right Honorable Kasule Lumumba present here. We visited the site and we agreed that we constitute a team involving URA, KCCA, and the traders themselves through their leadership. Right Honorable Speaker, we all agreed that they come up with lists. The traders came up with a list of 2,050 beneficiaries. URA came up with a list of 360. Casita came up with a list of 480. KCCA came up with a list of 460. Right Honorable Speaker, we agreed in a meeting involving traders that we needed a harmonized list. Now, we involved the ISO. We handed over all the lists. They went to the shops, and they came up with a harmonized list of 737 traders. Right Honorable Speaker, in a meeting which we had around April, the traders disagreed that there are other people. But we were told by the team that they would go in a shop and read the names. They say, oh, Yotitumumanyi, that one we don't know, that one we don't know. So and cancel until when they came up with that list. We also told them to display the lists to make sure that the list is watertight. Honorable Speaker, we wanted to start payment around May, but the traders petitioned the president again during that time. So the financial year ended, and that money was not submitted to the office of the Prime Minister because it was pending a list. So since that time to date, we are waiting for a direction or a directive from the president.
You can imagine, the government is willing to pay, the list is being plotted. What is wrong with us Ugandans? The moment they hear there is a compensation, they'll go and... Honorable Keyo?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, this Parliament appropriated money for Ministry of Tourism to construct safe places or cages where our people can draw water without being attacked by crocodiles. And to date, our people continue being killed by crocodiles, as sinking boreholes and getting safe water is difficult in areas of Namayingo and Wujiri along the lake shores. Right Honorable Prime Minister, when are you constructing these cages to save our people from crocodiles?
Right Honorable Prime Minister, you've always loved such questions.
Right Honorable Speaker and members, I will request a member to put it in writing so that I can come up with a concrete answer.
Thank you. Honorable Pio?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Our mind goes straight to Prime Minister. At Gulwe landing site in Obusi, where you know well, in Wakiso district, there is a need to relocate people on that landing site to enable the docking infrastructure to be put in place. Because as you know, from Nachuogo, connecting the 4 islands of Wakiso, there is no public water transport. It has become very hard for the people in the islands to bring in agricultural products to sell this side, but also to people to get access to judicial services due to the cost of water transport. My prayer to you, Prime Minister, can we connect the 4 islands of Wakiso to Entebbe? Thank you very much.
The Prime Minister has picked Minister of Works.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm always a man of action. Yesterday, we were with the honourable colleague inspecting roads in the constituency. He brought up this matter, and I noted it. This morning, I considered a team in the ministry to look into it. One, we needed to see if we are to arrive at what he wants, how much do we want as a ministry? Then we can proceed to finance. We look for that money and solve this issue. Since he gave me assignment yesterday, I beg another 1 more week. I give you appropriate answer on how we are going to tackle that problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Mark Sochai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, last term, that's during the 11th Parliament, I approached the Minister of Health to help us construct or erect perimeter fence in both Nagongera Health Center 4 and Kisoko Health Center 3. Right Honorable Speaker, May I therefore request the Right Honourable Prime Minister to help the people of West Budama North constituency to appreciate the extent to which that commitment has gone. Thank you.
The update. Minister of Health, you've been delegated.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, Mr. Speaker, it is important for health facilities to demarcate their boundaries because there's a lot of pressure from surrounding communities, especially in urban areas. So we shall get in touch with the DHO of Tororo and see that we make the necessary funds available for the demarcation and the construction of a perimeter wall. Thank you.
Honorable Kitiyo, and then we come this way. When they are shorter, I can take more. That's why I took. But when it is long, I take few.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I just stand to thank the office of the Prime Minister. Last time I was here, I cried to the Honorable Prime Minister that my people were dying of hunger. I'm happy to report that the food was delivered and people are eating. I also want to take the same vein to also ask this House, that the budget for disaster is too small. It is just around 10 billion. Yet all of us want to be helped. We have disasters all over. El Nino is now looming around the corner. I would really request that we do something to the Office of Disaster. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think that is for noting. You acknowledge.
Right Honourable Speaker and members, a member asked a question here that they wanted support in terms of food. He has already told you have delivered. Now, Nsamba was here. Honorable Nsamba was here speaking otherwise. Can you imagine?
I cannot imagine. Honorable Mpindi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Education and Sport has a department in charge of special needs education. When that department was established, we thought the issues of education of children with disability are going to be resolved. But children with disability are suffering in this country because almost 90% of the schools do not have special needs teachers, and most of them need special needs teachers. We also worked with the ministry to develop a special needs education policy, but for up to now it is not yet approved. I have two questions to the Prime Minister. One, what is it that we are going to do to make sure that schools have special needs teachers to help our children with special needs? But also, when will the special needs education policy be approved by Cabinet?
Prime Minister has asked the Minister of Education. I don't know why you stepped on Honorable Wanyoto, but it's okay.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Through the Prime Minister, first of all, let me thank my colleague. And for the record, the Minister has never stopped training the special needs teachers. Maybe I would interest my colleague specifically to highlight which are the areas, in his considered opinion, as a representative of the persons with disability, where there is more need for special needs teachers. Then on the issue of the policy, I want to confirm the consultations are going on, and we're at the final stages. We will be able to present this before Cabinet. Then we'll communicate to the country on the policy for special needs. I thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Onesimus Twinamasiko, and then Honorable Sekavira.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker,
the East African crude oil pipeline route crosses the Narueyo, Kisita, Nkoko, Mastodo Road 3 times. At Kisita Primary School, Boswabwera, and around Chiuni, Gayaza in Chankwanzi. Right Honorable Speaker, feasibility studies were done in 2017, but this road was later on abandoned. How soon shall the government of Uganda prioritize the tarmacking of this road, since it is very crucial for the oil exploration activities and the general development in Bunyoro sub-region and Uganda at large? Thank you so much.
Prime Minister.
Police commander, DPC is right there, OC station, OCC